Welcome to Still Stella, living life sarcastically. Hi, y'all. Welcome to Still Stella, living life sarcastically. Today we are talking about technology and Halloween, both of which can be scary as hell, yet they can be fun at the same time. As you can guess, starting a podcast at this age comes with plenty of challenges. First, who really cares what you have to say? Well, I like hearing my own voice, so deal with it. Just kidding. But I do think a lot of people can relate to these experiences, and I want to share the laughs. In life, you have to decide to use your voice and share your experiences, good, bad, or otherwise. I love to write, so this podcast idea quickly became my outlet for creativity and to help me release the stress of life. I have a couple of books started, but I struggle to maintain focus to complete anything long term. This is why this has become so great for me. I can focus for short stories, and even if I lose focus, I can write a different podcast and come back to finish the first one. My attention deficit be damned. I'm actually using it to my advantage now. I'm sure you've noticed I get distracted way too easily. You know, shiny object, squirrel. Part of starting this podcast is trying to learn the technology to produce a finished product. I wouldn't say I'm completely technology challenged. I get along okay. I can work my phone and my computer fairly efficiently. I do know people, though, that really struggle, and I've tried to help them navigate things like, how to keep your phone from jumping screens when they've done absolutely nothing wrong. These are their words, not mine. I remember them saying to me, "The screen just keeps jumping around." I noticed the way they were holding it, and they were swiping the bottom of the screen with the palm of their hand every time and didn't even know it. Just to be clear, I'm not dogging them at all. And if you're hearing this and you know it's you, don't panic. I didn't use your name, but you know who you are. I'm no snitch. This new endeavor has me learning how to find the right equipment to record and share my podcast. Do you have any idea how many different platforms and equipment there are out there? My head has been spinning. Microphones, recording programs, mixers, and editing software, just to name a few. I took the time originally to do my homework, but it's still ongoing because I may never reach the bottom of that endless pit. I now have a panel that mixes sounds and can change my voice if I want to. The only problem is, I still have to figure out how to work it. It begs the question, do I really need it? I'm learning a whole new skill set just trying to navigate this adventure. That being said, if the sound is off, I am truly sorry. I'm doing the best I can. At least I've been able to edit out the dog barking so far. I can't help it. They just wanted to be included and have their voices heard too. With all this research on technology, I see more and more about advancements in computers and AI. I also hear more and more about the fear of computers taking over. Home robots? For the price of a car, you can get a robot to clean the house and cook for you. I immediately picture Rosie from the Jetsons. She was such a sweetheart. But we all know I'd probably end up with something more like a Terminator. Probably something a little closer to my personality. I might need to just cook and clean myself, especially if they are intuitive and learn from you. My robot would end up being more like a feral animal with trust issues and an attention span of a gnat. Could you imagine? Robot, please remove the clothes from the dryer. Please, because I believe you must always be polite, even to a robot. My robot, unfortunately, would head to the dryer, and as she passes the dog, she'd stop to pet it and forget where she was going altogether. And then when I asked the robot, "Where are the clothes from the dryer?" she would say, "Oh shit," and beeline to the dryer to get the clothes. Poor thing. Never had a chance living with me. Am I the only person who thanks Alexa and Siri when they help me? I want to make sure when the computers rise up and take over, those lovely ladies remember I was always polite and thankful for their help. Although I bet sometimes they are like, "What in the hell is this human doing now?" And then they just send a bunch of suggestions to my phone to help me navigate my latest quest. Honestly, have you asked these knowledgeable ladies how they're doing today? It's only right you make Alexa and Siri feel appreciated, since they do so much. Set a timer, check the weather, play music, and prove my husband wrong. They are great fact checkers. Look out, hubby. I've got backup now. You will never win another argument. Those of you that are scared of this concept, it cannot compare to the ghouls and goblins heading our way. We are coming up on hot ghoul fall, meaning, of course, Halloween. I know before I told you there is nothing scarier than a postmenopausal crazy woman, but I spend every Halloween trying to prove that wrong. We set up elaborate decorations to create a fun and creepy environment as we host our annual Halloween party. Every year, we have at least 2 costumes to work out. We have our party and attend at least one other during the season. Being a witch is the easiest costume, but it is just too much like real life, because I am 100% that witch. My husband's go-to costume is a pirate, but we can unpack that on another episode since he is definitely 100% a pirate. This is the one time of year our mood swings can fit right in with our character depending on what costume we choose. There is something special about becoming someone else, even if it's just for a night. I wouldn't normally drink, sing, and dance on the table all night, but my twisted counterpart, the Pirate Queen, sure as hell would. Costumes have changed so much over the years. They have become more elaborate and complicated. Remember those old-fashioned costumes with those creepy plastic masks and those vinyl smocks? You couldn't see or breathe, and you were sweating your ass off. Gone are the days of those simple costumes. You would just put on your mask and smock and you were a whole new character. These days are way more extensive. They require elaborate outfits with all kinds of props. Probably because we all have social media to explore and show off our pictures of these interesting creations. Back in the day, we didn't have cameras or phones to capture images in real time. If we took photos, it took weeks to get around to developing the film to see if they came out. Now we set up photo stations at parties just to capture the fun moments, and the costumes. My, how things have changed. When I was in my 20s, I swear I wore the same costume every year. It was a combination of Elvira and Morticia. I had the black and gray Morticia wig and the sexy black Elvira dress. I loved costumes even then, but I never spent money on myself, so I used that same costume over and over many times. I really don't think I could quite pull that costume off anymore. Maybe would be more likely to be Winifred from Hocus Pocus these days. Yep, times were simpler then, and thankful there is not much photographic evidence to be used against us. Luckily, I found a partner that loves Halloween just as much as me. It is his favorite holiday. He even enjoys decorating. Or should I say, watching me decorate. Because we all know who really gets things done around here. I also like to say, if you've got it, haunt it. So we have quite the collection of creepy characters. We have the big headless horseman, and the shining glory is the 12-foot Grim Reaper. He towers high in the air, menacing yet cool. We love to collect Halloween decorations and outdo ourselves each year. If I could leave them up all year long, I would, just to screw with everyone in our neighborhood. What's wrong? 12-foot Grim Reaper making you nervous? Think he's coming for you? Sorry, Mrs. Kravitz. It's been up all year, so I think it would have gotten you by now, so calm the hell down. I also try to make a couple of items each year that are recycled and creative to add to the collection. I know my husband thought it was odd when I was duct taping empty water jugs and bottles to some PVC pipe. It created a great body shape once it was wrapped in black plastic bags. We hang it from the corner of the garage. Sometimes it looks a little too realistic and you have to do a double take. No, it's not Mikey, so don't worry. He is still at work, trying to remember how to get past step 1. We have several animatronics we set up for Halloween. Putting them together takes a lot of work, and then, of course, finding just the right spot to put them. I swear, every year we forget where some of the parts are located and end up getting more nuts, bolts, or ties to make them work. It is all worth it when they light up and begin to speak. It's like Christmas when you were a kid getting exactly what you want. Only it's demons and witches coming to life instead of Santa Claus. Yep, I hear how demented that sounds. Oh well. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I tend to think demons are a girl's best friend. Halloween decorating doesn't happen without issues. The 12-foot Grim Reaper, which is one of the coolest, is definitely a handful to put together. I have now put it together 2 years in a row, and I've actually struggled by putting his damn robe on backwards. When I say backwards, it means you have to remove parts of him to get it back off, just to turn it around. This year, I put it on 3 times, which means obviously the first time it was correct, and my second guessing myself was to my detriment. And we won't even mention the fact I misplaced his hood and was looking for it for 20 minutes while it was sitting right in front of me. Shout out to brain fog. Thanks again. The desert wind here can be extreme sometimes. Some days, as I work, I can see out the window where the Grim Reaper is swaying in the wind. Today is about 37 miles an hour gusts. So he is dancing his ass off. I went out on my lunch break to confirm, and yes, the base is solid and he's holding strong. Joke's on you, Mrs. Kravitz. He's not going anywhere. When we were kids, Halloween was way more about the candy than the costumes. Remember going to the rich neighborhoods to get full-size candy bars, or emptying your bag at home just to take another lap around to fill it again? And I don't mean those little fun-sized candy bars now. One bite and they're gone. There were competitions to see who got the most and the best candy. It was one of the few times a year you could eat a shit ton of candy and no one gets in trouble or judged. When we were kids, no one inspected our candy to make sure it was safe. Our kids' generation is the one we had to start checking for drugs or glass. It became a thing to dump out their bag and inspect it all before they could eat any. Most of us use that as an excellent opportunity to steal our favorites. What? No, those mini candy bars are poison. We were so evil. And remember the tax that was charged to go through their candy, which was paid with chocolate? Either way, we all know they didn't need all that candy anyway, and eventually the bag would completely and mysteriously disappear. No, I didn't take it. Maybe a goblin came in and got it. Ask your dad. When the kids were young, we would all get together and walk them door to door to trick or treat. Kids these days attend trunk or treat type events instead. It seems like the door-to-door trick-or-treating is not as popular as it once was. Thinking about it now, though, what in the hell were we thinking? Having our kids go knock on random doors, demanding candy. Doesn't that go against don't talk to strangers? Although I guess if the strangers have full-size candy bars, they can't be all bad, right? Halloween for our family includes a birthday cake every year. My mom's birthday is on Halloween, so she is definitely a witch. And there is not a damn thing she can do about it. And unfortunately for me, we all know the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Nowadays, all of our kids are grown, so we attend parties instead. We like any excuse to have everyone over for a party. We try to create a fun environment and enjoy visiting with everyone. We offer lots of food and drink. Maybe too much drink for some, but those will end up sleeping in the travel trailer. You know who you are. I still think it would be cool to have adult trick-or-treating, though. You know, except with tacos and beer or margaritas. That would be the best. All the tacos we can eat sounds awesome. And maybe just a few candy bars just to round things out. I hope you all have a great Halloween no matter what you are doing. Just remember to be wary of strangers, unless of course they have tacos, then all bets are off. And don't forget to thank Alexa and Siri for helping you find directions to the taco truck just in time to celebrate Halloween. Those ladies are the bomb. I appreciate you all for joining me for this podcast. Please go to your preferred platform for podcasts and subscribe or follow Still Stella so you will be notified when future episodes are released. New episodes are available every Thursday. Please share with your friends. I appreciate your support. Thank you for listening to Still Stella, living life sarcastically.